Hi, welcome to Tarot Talk Thursdays. I'm JC Moon Spirit.
I'm Sings with Al.
And tonight we want to share with you a waning gibbous spread for tarot and oracle cards.
All right, so clearing out the clutter, waning moon spread by It Sings with Al. Number 1, A, B, and C. What herbs can help us enjoy this moon cycle? Number 2, what fears are clouding your perspective? 3, what do we need to leave behind us? 4, what obstacles are in your way? 5, what allies are available? 6, what energy can help us? 7, what elements will help in the ritual? 8, extra insight into the situation. And number 9, moon messages. So number 1, A, B, and C. What herbs can help us enjoy the moon cycle?
So we will be starting with the Hedge Witch Botanical Oracle deck by Ciolo Thompson. Beautiful cards, beautiful messages. Very helpful. I also like the fact that it gives good recipes.
I have this here.
There it is. And that is the Earth Magic, which is our other oracle on the table tonight, by Stephen D. Farmer, and we will be reading from the Animal Totem Tarot as well by Lisa Robertson.
And welcome to the Blue-Eyed Gypsy on Instagram.
Hi, Blue-Eyed Gypsy.
Oh.
Hi, Anna.
Not as familiar with that slogan name.
Got 3 right here.
So magical.
Okay, honey, you got to give me the ability to share to your page.
Okay. So we got Preserve Time, Tenacity, Burdock, and Strawberry and Joy. I like that. Okay. So number 2, what fears are clouding your perspective?
Horizon, we want to give everyone a 5G drone on us with all the entertainment
That
we
is
love.
so... We do not own rights to that commercial or any of the music that was played in the background. That started spontaneously on its own.
Nobody was near the remote.
Nobody was near the remotes.
And it had already started scrolling on the page, the
Right.
one that just floats.
Right. We have like a timeout screen that did start, and then out of nowhere, YouTube decides it's going to come.
What fears are clouding your perspective?
That's pretty normal for energy to mess with electronics like that, though. Just around here. I don't know if other people have that experience in their metaphysical work, but we definitely do.
All right, number 3. What do we need to leave behind us?
Blue-Eyed Gypsy said retrograde. Yep. Another one.
I think we're actually hearing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Sure,
us
your
being
mom's
singing
listening.
from outside.
Where your mom's listening outside.
So cool.
3 of Cups. Number 4. What obstacles are in our way? Like, we got tsunami wake up call. love and compassion. Okay. So, 5. What allies are available? Right. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's pretty warm here in the Colorado area today.
It's 82 degrees right now.
82.
82. It's quite beautiful out there.
Hot and steamy.
5 of Swords. All right. Number 6. What energy can help us?
I feel like it's back and forth. Loki Chota. No one card reading.
Calm down. Calm
Calm
down. So, what energy can help us? The Ace of Pentacles. Number 7. What element will help in the ritual? Thank you. Snake. Sage. Purify. See, they always listen. Number 8. Extra insight into the situation.
I think it's over there.
Okay, now. Number 9, moon messages. Next cards today. Beautifulness. We got Wild Rose. Clarity. JC Moon Spirit. You ready to do this? Number 1. What herbs can help us enjoy this moon cycle? A, B, and C. And the first one we got was Pine Preserve.
All right, so pine. This is from the Hedge Witch's Field Guide by Ciola Thompson. So you can find that out. The Oracle Property Preserve speaks to the pine's antiseptic uses and its ability to help conserve, store, and maintain objects and buildings. In an oracular setting, this property speaks to holding on rather than letting go. In times of doubt or difficulty, we are often inclined to run away or let things collapse rather than go through the pain or hassle of repair. Even relationships, friendships, or jobs that are destined to end can be respectfully and compassionately brought to a close to preserve the underlying value of what they were, allowing you to move forward in the best way possible. While there are certainly times when one must simply walk away, there are other situations when persevering something is worth, or preserving something is worth the work. We go through holding on, and then we have burdock, which is tenacity. Tenacity is the oracle property associated with burdock because of the burrs, which cling stubbornly to anything they can, and because this plant often thrives in the most difficult terrain. Some situations require acceptance and letting go, but there are also times when you have to keep holding on, when persistence, determination, and perseverance are the qualities that will eventually bring the greatest reward. Your journey will not always be easy. Sometimes you may feel overwhelmed, underappreciated, and unseen. Take these difficult moments one step at a time, cling to the things you know to be true and valuable, and eventually you will prosper. And then we go from there, strawberry. So, strawberry is easy to spot and identify throughout the world. It heralds the joys of summer and delights with sweet fragrance and flowers. It isn't poisonous, nor does it magically cure every ailment. It is a simple pleasure that leads to the oracle property in joy. Sometimes we need to remember to enjoy our lives and the small gifts we receive daily. Summer sunlight, a child's laugh, the smell of strawberries and peonies. The business of being human can be complicated and difficult, and it is so easy to forget to live in gratitude and balance. With its messages of life's blessings shining gently upon you, Tarot's star card connects this oracle property. Turn your face to the night sky and simply enjoy the stars for a moment. There we go. So those are all the herbs that can help us at this point. Pushing through it, sticking with it, and learning to enjoy the journey are all parts of going through the waning gibbous phase. Okay, number 2, what fears are clouding your perspective? We got Tsunami Wake Up Call from the Earth Magic deck.
Okay, so it says you're getting a wake-up call. It may be in the form of a significant loss or other dramatic event in your life, typically one that you were not prepared for initially. You may feel stunned at first, surprised by the unexpected events that are occurring, yet you also know that it is time to draw back the curtain of avoidance and denial and confront the truth that exists in the subtext of this event. You are experiencing a real-life drama, so there is no need to amplify it more than it already is. Ooh. Then, number 3, what do we need to leave behind us?
So we have the 3 of Cups, Puffin. All work and no play makes Puffin a very boring bird indeed. There must be balance in your life between the world you live in, the world your soul is in, and the joy you give for both. Which is why we party. Gather some friends and allow yourself to unwind. It's time to take your serious face off and feel the fun of your physical journey. That's the message of the Puffin. So I think that this comes up in what we need to leave behind, because this is the idea that things, I think, will go back to normal. What I used to do, what I used to be irresponsible with, is going to become socially acceptable. And I don't think that is the mindset that we need to have with it. I think that part of healing the trauma of what we've been through with this pandemic is acceptance of the world that we live in today, where people who are sick wear masks so that they don't spread germs to other people. And that happens in more than one country in the world. I think it also has to do with the ways that we choose to enjoy our lives, because I'm one of those people, I like to enjoy life by being present in it. And so sometimes I won't take pictures. I don't post a bunch on social media unless it's related to business, because this is important for the message that everybody needs to receive, and the creative skies are hands in this. But not everybody needs to know what I ate for lunch. You know, some people want to, but still.
Allowed.
Right, you're not allowed. It's a secret. I also think that it's a different way to look at community, because we experience so much shifting in the way that we could communicate that now even applying for jobs is different. That call that could be, an email is more important now, because we have to honor and have gratitude for the interactions we do have with other people, because we spent so long disconnected physically from others.
Yes.
It makes things so much easier when you can just say it. Yes. So number 3, what do we need to leave behind us?
No, we're on number 4.
Are we?
Because that's 1,
Damn.
2, 3, 4.
Thank you. 4, what obstacles are in our way?
Okay. So we got love and compassion. Says all wounds stem from the illusion of separation from source and all of creation. The route to healing this wound is through cultivating love and compassion for every being on this planet, including yourself. Not a bland standard of unquestioned acceptance, but a heartfelt sense of profound relatedness to whatever you perceive as part of yourself. True compassion requires not only the feeling of warmth that emanates when you are in touch with your heart center, but in acts of kindness, even if it simply means being a fully attentive listener. Respect the fact that your heart is a giver putting out electrical energy, and a receiver drawing in magnetic energy. These energies are best sensed by attending to the steady flow of your breathing while also noticing your heart area. Righteousness, fear, anger, and judgment are some common ways to block your natural desire to love. Forgiveness is not only letting go of judgment, but also seeing through the illusion that you and all that is separate. Look about you and inside of you and do your best to love whatever you see. What allies are available?
We have the Five of Swords. I like this. Although I am hardly afraid of sharp, pointy things, I do find it bothersome when they show up where I least expect to encounter them. I have to admit, it does throw a girl off her game, but in this world you have to see what is really there and then change direction accordingly. Message from the So with the Five of Swords, this comes straight down to a mentality that maybe the people we're around may not be out to get us. Generally, and I say this very loosely, but generally, people don't want to hurt other people, or at least people who are trying not to hurt other people tend to do it less. And I think that a lot of the times, the ways that we offer help, assistance, even acclaim for doing good things, it comes down to a perspective. Is this person trying to embarrass me? Probably not. Am I a little uncomfortable with it? Yeah. Should I probably talk to the person about it? For sure. But we've been taught for so long that it's okay to be offended, and it's totally fine to be offended. But what do you do after you get offended? That's the step in the Five of Swords that a lot of people need to accept, is that yes, it's okay to be offended because there's too many cooks in the kitchen and you were in the middle of that project and then they came in with their opinions, and now what am I going to do with all of this? Right. You're going to do what you think is right. That's basically it. The Five of Swords is just doing what you think is right, leaving what doesn't serve you and what isn't true medicine, and just moving forward because it's the right thing to do. You get the curveball, you knock it out of the park.
So number 6, what energy can help us? And we got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a cute little card, I just have to say.
It really is. And it's got
Adorable.
a dung beetle on it.
It does.
I think that's adorable. Everything in the physical material world operates in a cycle of reincarnation. That which is past its usefulness for one person becomes the most coveted resource to another. We all require different things at different times, so be open to where that resource can come from. Waste not, want not is my personal motto, and if you know how to be open-minded, it will be yours as well. Message from the dung beetle. So, in this way, I think that accepting everything that happens to us as a beautiful experience is helpful, because on the other side of everything, there's either a blessing or a lesson, but either way, you learned something, you got something from it. And so that's kind of how life is a very giving force for us. And if we want to see things in our material mindset shifting, we have to accept that, if we send out that we want an RV and it's going to come through this way and it's going to come from this place and have this many miles on it and this color bedspread,
you're never going to get it.
You're not going to get it because
you've
tried to control the plan. You're trying to control the form instead of the essence of, I would like a mobile home. Yes. I would like an RV that meets my needs. And that's a difference in the way you manifest things for that reason, because you do it the same way in relationships. I want a millionaire and he's got to be 6'5" and do all of this. And I'm like, half of the wives of the NFL football teams would probably agree with you. However, they've been through it.
He's got to be smart.
He's got to be smart, tall, dark, and handsome. It's a trap, basically. And we're taught to accept that we should put ourselves in these traps so that when they create a product for us that fits exactly that need, it works for about 5 minutes and then they have to upgrade us. Doesn't serve. Anyway.
So I love this. I love this because I wrote this question and I did not know what would come up, and I'm really satisfied with what came up. So the question was, number 7, what elements will help in the ritual? And we got sage. I'm feeling good about it.
Purify is the oracle property of this card, as sage has been used since ancient times for warding off evil, cleansing spaces, and banishing negative energies. Smudging, the burning of sage bundles, most commonly white sage, is a practice done to clear and rebalance the essential energy of a person or space. Some people relate this herb to the Hierophant in a tarot deck, but I think it is a better companion to the Page of Wands and its fresh approach to the world. We are urged to try new things or welcome new people into our life. The Eight of Pentacles also speaks of clarity and focus, specifically concerning our work or craft. The clearing, purifying energy of sage is a powerful tool for anyone trying to focus or start anew.
And we said clarity and focus, and it also had purify. I'm just throwing that back out there because it's coming up again. Okay, so number 8, extra insight into the situation. And we got volcano. This is a particularly volatile time for you. Unexpected changes, sometimes quite sudden and dramatic, are occurring in ways that you have absolutely no control over. These occurrences may be so powerful as to shake up what you formerly thought as the foundations of your security. They may even cause you to reassess the direction in your life is taking, question some of your relationships, or reevaluate the work you have chosen. Although these events may rock your world, know that Spirit is the guiding force behind them. It is a matter of finding your trust that life knows that what is doing in the midst of these storms of change. It also requires you to make adjustments quickly and to not cling to what was, but instead move forward and welcome with your arms wide open what is yet to come, all from a place of being present in this moment. You truly have nothing to fear. And the last one, moon messages, and we got clarity, wild rose.
The Oracle property Clarity is inspired by the use of rose as a cleansing and focusing tonic of all sorts. Almost any herbal detoxing remedy will list rose as a primary ingredient. Many people who seek out this plant for its detoxification qualities are seeking a new lifestyle, the breaking of unwanted habits, and a purer, cleaner perspective on life. This plant corresponds to the Ace of Swords of Tarot, with its call for focus and clear sight when approaching new projects, or the Two of Swords, which urges the querent to strip away the blindfold of deception or self-deception and truly assess the situation at hand.
Get it.
All right, if anybody would like to have a free one tarot or oracle card of your choice pulled for you on the show, just message in on our many live feeds and let us know.
Let's see what happens.
Can we get a pen over here? And we can write that down before we remove it all. Let's not forget to take documentation of our readings so that we can go back over them and figure it out. So, while I'm doing this, how are you feeling about the energy of the week?
I'm thinking that the energy of the week is bringing up a lot of things that we would like to let go of. Like, I noticed a lot of frustration that a lot of people are moving through right now with the change in mask mandates here in Colorado, and then also just the same stuff is still happening to some people, like even in underpopulated fields like restaurant work now. It's obvious that people are aware that they deserve more now. It's just we're still having to hear over and over again that we deserve a living wage, we deserve the benefits of the work that we do for these companies. And so it's been very interesting from the perspective of doing what we do here and then going into the outside world and seeing that story still playing out. It's like, okay, well, I understand. I do. Have you considered finding another job? And a lot of people actually have, which is why food and restaurant isn't necessarily everybody's first choice right now, because it has a history of not paying a fair wage when it comes to the people who offer us the most service, I think. You have to pay your people to be people, otherwise they won't work for you anymore. Fantastic. All right, means we can strike reading.
And it was interesting. Tsunami came up and volcano come up, and they talk about,
Accepting.
okay, with love and compassion.
Absolutely. All right. Did
Is
we
there
have a
anyone out
request?
there? So I want to do one for the weekend, okay? And I would love to do that one.
Rory one.
So one for a weekend.
Field, cattail.
You know what's cool about that? So the word typha
Uh-huh.
there are
Latifolia.
destructive storms called typhoons. And there was
Ooh.
once a titan who was named Typhon, who manifested himself as basically a huge hurricane.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like,
We're
another
learning
storm
so
message.
much today.
Another storm. All right. Cattail. While cattails are a great potential food source, they are much more widely used as a building material. The rushes and leaves are used to weave baskets, seating, roofing, insulation, boats, and even whole floating islands upon which people build their houses. Animals like muskrats and beavers also use the rushes to build and insulate their homes. The oracle property build is a perfect fit for this useful plant. There are times in life when we must focus on immediate goals and concerns, and other times when we should be building, strengthening our foundations, and planning for the future. Relating this oracle card to tarot cards, it could be connected with the Ten of Cups or the Ten of Pentacles, as both speak to building legacy, relationships, and the foundations of a strong home. Additionally, if I were to create a Three of Wands card today, I would definitely use cattails in the imagery because that card speaks strongly of planning for the future, looking ahead, and investing time and effort into personal development.
Cool. That's a great message for the weekend, right? All right. Is there anybody for a one card pull? Just Rory.
Rory.
Do you know which one she wants? Go ahead. That's right.
All right. So for Mixed Whispers, we got the Two of Swords and the Eight of Cups reversed. Let's take a look.
Your sister would like a card.
Cool. Does she have a preference on her cards?
Tara.
So, Two of Swords, Wilson Plover. Decisions are not always easy to make, and it can be so easy to talk yourself out of doing something you really want to do. But ultimately, you need to make a decision. Will you go with your gut or will you go with your head? Everything looks so magical on the shoreline, yet you can't stay in this in-between place for long. Things change quickly here, and your time is limited. There is no room for procrastination. And that is the message of the Wilson's Plover. And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is salmon. If one does nothing else with life, one needs to at least have taken a quest. There needs to be at some point in your journey where you just give in to the call and allow yourself to do something out of the ordinary. Your soul has a yearning and it pulls you towards it with every breath you take. Give in, let go, and let the quest begin. And that is the message of the salmon. So I think it's cool that both of those came up on the Two of Swords and the Eight of Cups because the swords and the cups they tend to be considered like mortal enemies. They're polar opposites. But they don't have to be. The Two of Swords talks about insight, planning, where we see ourselves. So this is like the question, where do you see yourself in your job?
Mhm.
Where do you see yourself moving forward?
Yes.
And then the
I think
Eight
it
of
told her a lot.
Right. And then the Eight of Cups reversed is what am I not seeing about myself in this situation? Because Eight of Cups is like introspection. So you look at yourself, you study where your thoughts and your mind is, and you can pick out the pieces that don't belong to you or the pieces that are programming that don't serve you anymore.
Right.
And so with my sweetie getting the Eight of Cups in reverse, it's saying, okay, you've already done some work on yourself, so you understand that you do push through obstacles and things like that. But is there something that you may have overlooked about yourself? Maybe not necessarily a negative thing, but something like confidence, integrity,
Mhm.
compassion.
Strength.
Where do you move yourself from? And I think Mixer Whispers has a lot of strength and a very high intellect and they're very clever. So as far as setting goals for their plans and things like that, they have everything that they need at their disposal already. They just have to take the lead. Because
Yes.
Salmon talks about the quest.
Taking the lead.
You have to do it for yourself and you have to do it because you feel pushed to do so and you're listening to that calling. Does anybody else?
Diana wanted one.
I was like, which sister is it?
The blue gypsy one.
Hello.
She chimes in occasionally.
Huh?
She chimes in occasionally.
She likes all of us. So. Thank you.
Sparky.
Cool. Sounds like okay.
The sun with the lemur. Yep. I love this one.
All right. Are you ready to stand in the full light of your own magnificence? Does the light bother you or draw you to it? The light is interesting as not all can reside under it. I'm the only one of my kind that actually ventures out into the light. The rest of my cousins prefer the shadows and the cloaking magic of the dark, but for me, the energy of the sun not only warms my body so I can live, but it energizes my soul. Because of this, you will find me honoring its presence in my life each and every day, as it is important to honor that which gives us life. It's fun talking over yourself with you.
Said, oh my goddess, I love it.
Yay, I'm glad. So, as far as the sun goes, this is not just your perspective. This is what you're doing for yourself. This is what you need to do for yourself. This is what you do for other people. And when the sun comes up, you have to get outside. I think you really need to get
My
outside.
thought was put some sunscreen on and go.
Yeah. Go. Do what makes you happy. Do what frees your soul. If that's traveling, find a way to travel that's safe for you. Find a way to get the thing that feeds your soul in a healthy, positive way that helps you to grow. That's what the sun is there for.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
Hearts.
Anybody else? No? Okay. Well, we have a lot of cool stuff coming out this weekend. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to tell you, but we do have some posts and things that will be coming up on our pages if you'd like to check them out. And we will probably be live again this Saturday as well, right? For another session like this.
And tomorrow morning is the first day of the Coffee Clutch.
Yes.
Live
So
with coffee. So check us out, guys.
All right.
It's adult.
Have a good night.
Peace
Bye.
and blessings, everyone.
Peace and blessings.